decided that we design the solution that suits us. And that solution is that everything we do, since they make our country and our land very uncomfortable for us, we will bring our freedom from diaspora. And that's what we're doing today. So the enabling environment that was not created for us in Biafra land, the different countries where we reside have created an environment, and we are struggling to bring this kind of system back to our people for them to live like human beings. So we will always outsmart the terrorist state of Nigeria.
Only one, under his leadership, His Excellency Simon Ekpa. Anybody that is confusing anyone or telling you there is another, no, there is nothing. There's just one, recognized by His Excellency Simon Ekpa. And we can pray. Once he has that communication, Biafrans, we understand that Obato Obie does not take no crap from nobody. No matter who you are, you must respect that authority. That authority is the only thing that can protect all of us. But we thank God, somebody said this is a transition period. If these things does not happen, Biafrans will not know who is following our prime minister, who wants him to fail, who wants him to be out. So this moment is ordained to happen so that Biafrans will know who is who.
Welcome, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world. I welcome you to this amazing program. Thank you so much for joining us once again on this platform. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting from. Please like and share this program. And remember, this platform where you are watching this program is Biafra Exodus Hard Talk TV, a platform that stands with the United States of Biafra, under the command of our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, and on the Supreme Command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today, under the control of Deputy Prime Minister COS Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, we bring information from the right source, the United States of Biafra, the government of our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. Wherever you are watching this program from, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Okike Abiama to like and share. Information is power. Remember, our Prime Minister encouraged us to engage in radical evangelism. Our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told us to carry everybody along. In doing that, you must help us to share this video. Like and share to family and friends and to every platform where you belong. This information is important.
Nnamdi Kanu, the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, has strongly criticized Nigeria's prosecutors and courts for their inadequate understanding of the country's laws. After a heated appearance at the Federal High Court in Abuja on Monday, Kanu expressed his frustration, claiming that the poor legal knowledge of both prosecutors and the court is contributing to the country's decline and fostering injustice. And this happened yesterday, where he was before the Federal High Court in Abuja for the continuation of his trial. And this led also to the indefinite, suspension of that particular trial. All right, and we have a video to that effect. But before that, we have two gentlemen in the studio who will help us to dissect this topic proper. We have Prince Francis Chilaka, who is a political analyst. And beside him is Barrister Darlington Agumo, VOP TV in-house analyst. And he's also a political commentator. Good morning, gentlemen. And then we'll be we'll be going to our Oka station where we have Chris Arukwe. He's also standing by to be part of today's conversation. Good morning, Prince Francis.
Good morning. Good morning, Fina. How are you?
I'm good. Good morning, Barrister Darlington. It's good to have you in today's show.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Arukwe, if you can hear me. Barrister Chris, can you hear me? All right, we would like you to join the conversation, when you can. Barrister, let me start off with you this morning. Interesting. First time it was Nnamdi Kanu and his counsel asking for a law student who can, help them, prove a point for the person to win 1 million naira. In this particular case, he's now, accusing the Nigerian judiciary and the court of not understanding or not knowing how to interpret the laws that Nigeria have already in our constitution. What do you have to say about this now as a legal practitioner?
Barrister, before you proceed, let's watch the video.
Okay.
So we take it up from there. Let's see the proceedings. What happened at the courthouse yesterday?
recuse himself. Why did the chief judge not insist I must hear it? He left my case.
Okay, listen. If anybody is not happy with this, which is true, then you
Go to appeal court. That's what you tell me all the time. You are from this official. You cannot preside over this case number again. Not in this life. You cannot. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. A woman here cannot force this court to preside on my case. You cannot. Not today, not till forever. You are recused and you stand recused. Tell the chief judge, Nnamdi Kanu said, go on appeal. I recused him from my case. The state recused Justice Adema from my case. I did not insist Adema must hear my case. I never insisted. So why must you insist to hear my case? I don't want you in my case. I don't need you in my case. You are biased. You are biased. You cannot be in my case. A woman should do the right thing. A chairman of the board of directors constitution is impropriety. Nowhere in the world is such nonsense done. You cannot be hobnobbing with lawyers, hobnobbing with justices, and you're proceeding a case. It's shameful. Absolutely shameful. Shameful. This is a shrine to injustice. And I will not subject myself to it. You stand recused and you must take my case. You cannot find me.
In the court where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was very, very upset with the whole process, and he stood his ground to say that not now, not ever will Justice Binta Nyako preside over his case. And he actually stood his ground. He has a document also that he was also waving and presenting in the court. Barrister Darlington, let's get your opinion on this particular one.
Yeah, Fina, what is going on with Nnamdi Kanu's case? Because I can't even call it a trial because they have not even started trying this case. This case have not gone into trial. It's just that the young man is not happy with the way things are going. I mean, a judge told the whole world that, look, my hands are off this case. And then the chief judge or whoever now insisted that she must continue. It is very suspicious. It is your right as a defendant in a case to say, look, I am not comfortable with what is going on here. And if you can adduce enough reason, somebody should listen to you. Yes. And the young man have adduced that reason that this judge presiding over his case, the husband and the son are also trying, standing trial for corruption charges. And so, that she made a deal or there was an imputation that why they are insisting is because they want her to convict him so that they will give her a soft landing with the other cases.
Okay,
so, these are the things he said in court. I hope you remember. Now, if you have that modicum of suspicion,
okay,
it's enough because it should be in favor of the defendant. These are the reasons why Nnamdi Kanu said, look, you can't try me.
But Barrister, before you go on with your take, let me ask you, you know, the reason the registrar of the Federal High Court said that, that he sent back Nnamdi Kanu's file to Binta Nyako is because there was no written application, you know, made to Nyako to recuse herself, that it was oral. And now requested that Nnamdi Kanu and his lawyer should go back and do a written application requesting for Binta Nyako to recuse herself. What is the implication of that? If Nnamdi does the written application, what are the implications?
The judge, Justice Nyako herself, Binta Nyako, have already said it herself.
I know.
So
the registrar said it was oral application.
No.
What's the difference between oral application and written application? What are the implications?
Actually, in most cases, written applications are more superior when it comes to matters of legal principles.
So why is it that, do you know, can you fathom any reason why Nnamdi Kanu and his lawyer do not want to make a written application?
Well, that is left for them. I cannot tell because I don't have the details. But I've told you that most times, written documents are more superior in court evidence than oral.
Okay.
That's why most times the court will insist, why not put it in writing? So that there will be something to hold on to.
Okay.
In case of argument or denial or something.
And all of that.
Good. But the judge herself have already reclused herself from the case. Did she write any application to any Abuja judiciary that, look, I want to have my, remove myself from this case? She did not. So why are you insisting that the other person should write? This is in fact, if you check, these are not even the meat of this particular case. The meat is that a Superior Court of Record have already told you that they don't have a law to try Nnamdi Kanu based on the rendition from Kenya. So why are you dragging this matter right, left, and center? The federal government have nothing to hold on to Kanu. That's why they have not tried this case. If they have a strong evidence against Nnamdi Kanu, they would have started this trial, whether Nnamdi Kanu come to court or not. After all, a certain Tompolo was tried in absentia and he was sentenced. Everybody is aware. He was sentenced in absentia, even though the same government is doing business with him. So what I'm saying in essence is that I don't know what the government is trying to gain from this particular case. Seriously, I don't know. Because even the Supreme Court have told Nnamdi Kanu to sue the federal government for what they did to him. Can you imagine? So is it that the federal government is trying to save face? They don't want to run far of the law, which they have already done by what they did. Courts within and outside Nigeria have ruled in favor of Nnamdi Kanu. And his lawyer, Jimako, have packaged these 9 cases, 9 in favor of Nnamdi, and they are giving it to the Attorney General of the Federation. So what is the delay? Why can't you let this man go? What are you waiting for? What are you shopping for? Because it has become a case of you are shopping for something to hold on to something. Meanwhile, this is not there. Why are you still detaining this man? When the court have already told you, let him go. So it is very curious, and I expect every right-thinking Nigerian to prevail on the federal government to do the needful. To make matters worse, Fina, this same federal government are releasing terrorists, rehabilitating them.
You know, that is another question I wanted to ask you, because you know
How
that
do you add it up?
Sorry, Barrister, before you, Nnamdi did say quite a lot yesterday. You know, he also said that, look, it's the poor knowledge of the law that is affecting the judiciary.
Exactly, yeah.
We have an audio of what Nnamdi said. Let's listen to him.
Yeah.
Let's listen to him so that we can make more sense out of his own take, his own understanding of the case that is an issue.
Listen, this is the laws of Nigeria. The prosecution and this court doesn't know the law. That is the fact. Yes. Poor knowledge of the law is killing Nigeria. Poor knowledge of the law, they don't know the law. This is a federal gazetted law of Nigeria that says here that the chief judge of Nigeria cannot tell Binta Nyeko what to do. It's here. It's your law. Just obey it. That is why I do what I do. I agitate for Biafra. I agitate for Biafra, my right to agitate. My right. They turned it from treasonable felony now to terrorism. Stop talking when I'm talking. Sorry.
Seriously.
All right then. Well, there is we'll take that video again, so our viewers can get the true picture of what transpired in the courtroom and how he was venting. But let me bring this to, well, you heard the audio, or better still, if we have the video ready, can we just take that video now so we can get a better picture of how he felt right after the case yesterday? Can we take that one? All right then. Well, let's. Well, you heard what transpired yesterday. You heard what transpired yesterday, and you know how he spoke there. Now, some have said, look, that In that video, if we could, you would hear somebody say, tell him, he should be derobed, he should be derobed. People around him were, spurring him on. But some have said that in as much as the Nigerian government may not have a case based on how he was renditioned back to the country, but do you think he's making his case any easier with such outbursts in the courtroom?
Well, you can't be
okay, Barrister,
is it me?
Well, it was for the prince, but
sorry,
you can react. No, you can react. Go ahead, Barrister, and then the prince will react.
You can't beat a child and ask that child not to cry. You see, whenever there is suspicion of injustice, except the person is have lost every sense of rationality, you will react. I've never seen anybody who is unjustly treated that will be happy. Nobody.
All right.
So I think his reaction and the references he made, they should look at it instead of looking at what the young man said.
All right.
Yes. Look at the references. Is it true? You say you are left a case. Why are they insisting that you must continue on that case? Why? It's against the law.
All right then. Okay. Prince Francis.
Well, I would start by saying that my problem with Nnamdi Kanu is the drama he brings to play. You have lawyers, and you should allow your lawyers to do what you've engaged them to do. It's common sense. It has this tendency of trying to shout down on people. I don't think it is helping his case. Yes, the only thing I take from what he said yesterday, which I believe a lot of Nigerians should be interested in, is the issue of the current indictment of the husband and son of the judge. I mean, that is something deep, and that is something nobody should throw away. So I take that. That is all I